I keep stepping on landmines when I make this video, so I'm just going to make a very quick one. No ranting, no bullshit. Here is the review of Mein Kampf from a conspiracy theorist. The thumbnail is going to be a bit cheery, but to hell with it. Like I say, none of the other videos worked. Here is me just boiling it down to my actual message to the freedom movement and the conspiracy theorists and anybody who's curious about this subject. I've read this giant book, and it's hard to read, because people will think you're a Nazi when you're reading it, in public, in the cafe, in the workplace, so I've had to read it in my own house, and it's taken a long time. Here's a crack with it. Don't bother, you may as well just watch the History Channel. This is the History Channel version of Hitler. This is the Hollywood movie version of him. Now, I don't know the real version. That might be the real version. This might be him. On no level am I in favour of a totalitarian white supremacist. I'm an egalitarian. I'm a libertarian. So I can't get on board with either version, really, unless there's a complete gigantic lie being told about him. But this, I don't buy. I think this is propaganda still. Because it would mean that Hollywood and the History Channel were all telling the truth about Hitler. And I don't buy that. I don't buy that the mainstream would tell the truth about him. I think this is a lie. So it's very interesting that that they have to lie about him, really. I think because in our groups, in our freedom movement groups, there is some guys who are going down that path. They're going down the right-wing path. My advice would be, a right-wing totalitarian government is as bad as a left-wing totalitarian New World Order. It's the same monster. It's just on a smaller scale. We should be looking for a libertarian, cooperative, we own ourselves and nobody gets to invade us kind of society, rather than your country gets to control your soul, or the world gets to control your soul. They're both totalitarian agendas. But like I say, in our, because I see our messages and all this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of flirting with this. This is an unconvincing book. It's clearly written by a bad guy, unless there's another. There has to be another version of it, because when you see old footage of Hitler shaking hands with like factory workers, and he's there and he's loved by people, there's no way they could have read this and been like, "Oh, this guy's on my level." There's no way. And if you don't believe us, read it yourself. It's like I say, it's like Hillary Clinton wrote it about Donald Trump. So there's my theory is this is also propaganda. Not because I've got high hopes for Hitler, but because I have such low hopes for the mainstream that like the History Channel and the movies and all that kind of stuff, they had to be lying. There's no way that they're all telling the truth. So I kind of felt like honestly, that's how I felt when I read this book. I felt like I completely wasted my time. Because I've been reading so many other books that give me like new knowledge. Like the Lenin stuff was new knowledge. The Marx stuff was kind of new knowledge as well. This isn't. It's how he is in the History Channel, which means that I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that is the point. That is the point of this review. Don't waste your time reading this book. Not because of its content. I mean, to read it is almost like you're looking at porn. Like you've never read a subject like this. You know what I mean? It's you've never read such vitriolic hate against non-whites, and it's kind of compelling on that level, because it's like reading porn. You know, it's like reading porn. It's like, whoa, shit, whoa, fucking hell. It just gets you. You know what I mean? But this leaning toward the right, this okayness with the word far right. It's like, guys, do you know far right means privilege of skin? Like that's not what we are. We're a libertarian country. That's we judge people on the content of the character, and you're just throwing this word around, far right. This is far right. It's fortress walls and treating people like shit just because they're not from your country. That's not what we are. That's not what this movement is, and our movement shouldn't be steering. It's not. You know what I mean? But some of them are. Some of them, like the Donald Trump fanciers and the people who keep bringing up Hitler, as a reaction to the Jewish power. Well, I mean, let's be real. The Jews are a powerful faction. There's no doubt about it. They do have influence over a lot of things. But the answer isn't a right-wing totalitarian state. We simply take away the monopolizing laws that allow monopoly, that allow privilege. If you look at all my other videos, we're getting it on other things as well, like race and gender, sexuality, and all that kind of stuff. Take away those privilege and laws, and nobody can suck up power and wealth to their direction. You don't need to give somebody else ultimate power to take it away from somebody else. Take away the tools that give privilege to somebody. There's the answer. But it seems to be that we're going, some people are fancy in this direction. You know, it's on some level, it's almost like they've scratched us to make us itch. And we're forgetting humanity. We're forgetting principles. So I'm gonna make this a short video. I made some fucking good jokes than the other ones. But you can't joke about this subject these days. Got some great fucking zingers about. I don't want to say the fucking title. I don't want to get me video banned. I don't want to get my channel cancelled. But I guess that also says something, doesn't it? But anyway, as far as conspiracy theorists and freedom movement guys go, I think this is also propaganda. That's my take on this. If you want to read Mein Kampf, just go and watch the History Channel. It's that version. I'd very much like to get a copy of Mein Kampf from 1930, just to see. Well, was Germany that angry back then? I know. But anyway, that's a conspiracy theorist's take on it.